Hey, what's up, everybody? Just want to make another quick video, just to answer a couple questions that y'all had in the comments. One just about the map sensor that I installed, and just some tuning questions that y'all had. Currently, I'm sitting at like 57,000 miles on the truck, roughly. I've only put a couple hundred more miles on it since my last video. Still running great. I'm still working on the tune almost every day. I just make a couple. I'm getting down to the little things, just the nitpicking stuff that I just picking away at basically. Um, but yeah, it's running good, and I haven't had any issues with it. But let's get into answering some of y'all's questions. Alright, everybody, sorry I'm taking a video of my laptop screen again, but this is the quickest way I know how to do this. But anyway, I had a question about the T-map sensor, the 4-bar map sensor that I installed. The T-map sensor is basically a map sensor, but it also has a temperature sensor built into it. It's two sensors in one. Bosch has a line of these sensors. They have like a 1-bar, 2-bar, 3-bar, and a 4-bar is the biggest one that they have. But the stock one in our trucks is a 3-bar, so this one is literally just one more bar of pressure that it reads, obviously, but it drops right in, it plugs right in. You don't have to rewire anything, nothing like that. You just have to set up the scaling and the tune. But this is Bellinger Motorsports website. They sell it for $129, but I didn't pay that much for it. But the good thing about their website is it has all the scaling and stuff on here. Like it has this is the temperature sensor characteristics against the resistance, but you don't actually have to change anything on this because it's the same sensor in the stock tune. So I didn't modify this at all. I plugged it right in, and the temperature sensor worked fine. I did have to obviously change the pressure side of things. This is the graph for the pressure. You can look up on their website and get a better look at it, but um, it's just another 0 to 5 volt. You just have to redo the scaling for it. Um, like I said, they're selling it for 129. You can find it on Amazon. Here's the part number, and it's a lot cheaper. I think I paid like 45 bucks for it, so the price is going up a little bit, but still, it's just a stock sensor that you can just drop in, and it reads an extra bar boost. As far as the scaling goes in HP tuners, here is the map sensor configuration I'm using, um, and that's the stock one. But here's the scaling. It goes from -6 to 329. It'll read up to about 48 psi boost on that scaling. So it does pretty good. Uh, Obviously, I haven't maxed that out, but the stock sensor reads to, was it like 30 pounds of boost? I think like 29, 30 pounds of boost, it is topped out. So you can do that with the stock turbocharger, but with this new Garrett, you can obviously go over that, and you will want this new sensor to be able to read that. I also wanted to note that EFI Live has made an update about a week ago. They do support the E98 controller, the ECU for our engines. They do support it in the version 8 now. I know in a previous video I said that they only support it in version 7.5, but now the new update that they pushed out, version 8, supports our controller. It didn't change anything. You still have access to the exact same tables. It's still the one I use to tune. The problem is that EFI Live doesn't have access to the map linear tables. So if you do drop in the new map sensor, you will have to use HP tuners to rescale that. EFI Live does not have the tables to do that. The only tables that it'll allow you to adjust as far as sensors go is the MAF sensor. I've never needed to adjust this table, but that is the settings for that. Alright, so as far as tuning the new turbo goes, the biggest problem with the new turbo is that it'll surge if you don't tune it correctly. So basically what's happening is the turbo is flowing more air than the engine can consume. So the turbo runs into surge. The only way to get rid of surge is to either lower the amount of air that the turbo is flowing or raise the amount of air that the engine is consuming, if that makes sense. So you need to balance the two out. So the biggest thing you can do to do that is adjust your shift points, get the engine to consume more air. Don't have, when it shifts to the next gear, don't have it pull down the engine so far into the RPM range. I'm having it pull down to about 1600 just on light throttle cruising. And then at wide open, full throttle rips, it's pulling it down to like 3200 on the shifts right now. So, but another thing you can do to alleviate that is adjust your boost curve. So this is my boost table. You can see at the top end, I'm trying to command 340 kPa, but the areas you really want to concentrate on are the areas that it's really surging in is going to be here in the middle. This is just your light throttle, driving around town, cruising and stuff. As you shift, you can see the RPM scale over here. It's obviously going to drop the RPMs down, but the load is also going to go up because you're going to make more torque. As you draw a diesel engine down, it makes more torque, right? So as it draws down and comes across, you want to keep your boost number about the same, because if you have it either dropping boost from like 75 here down to 52, the engine's there's no blow off valve on this motor, so the air's got to go somewhere, and it's usually just goes right back out the compressor cover. So smoothing this out really helps out a lot. It'll keep it from surging. Another table, obviously my fuel table. This will keep it from bucking if you do the same thing. Once again, as you drop in RPMs when it shifts, and it'll, or I guess the RPM table's across the top here, but as it drops in RPMs, it makes more torque. You want to try to keep these the same. I'm still working on this table. There's a lot of other things involved with this table other than just surge, so these numbers aren't exactly right, but I'm still working on that. This is one of the tables I'm trying to fine tune, but yeah. And then of course, anytime you change that table, you got to change your timing. So this is my injection timing table, going as high as 20 degrees, but I don't know if that's really safe. I might burn the motor up, so I don't suggest using any of this motor or any of these numbers. But trying to smooth this area out again, just the drivability, just trying to keep it from bucking and surging. All right, guys. So I hope that explained or answered some of your questions. At least shows you my thought process when I go to tune this truck. If you have any more questions, feel free to just drop them in the comments. If you want me to show you something or get some more details on how I'm doing this, just let me know, and I can make another quick video like this, just explaining what I did. But like I said, if you all have any questions, just let me know. Have a good one.